Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. It's 4 AM UK time, 5 AM server time on March 27th when this happened. I killed Godhunk, and my goodness, he will always be my Godhunk. Just before the server shut down for the week. Look, 9 minutes to go before it goes into server reset, and it dropped the codex, the sealed tome, which starts the Warlock Green Fire quest. Oh, it took me ages to get this. I must have killed, genuinely, this isn't hyperbole either, I must have killed over 50 rare elites with no drop on my Warlock. I saw it drop on my Death Knight, I saw it drop on my Mage, but I never saw it drop on my Warlock until then. And thankfully, I soloed Godhunk, which is actually a little bit more easier than I thought it was going to be because of an interrupt. Stun works. There you go. And I can start the quest. So I've bypassed all the preliminary stuff. I've already done a video on that when I did the PTR for patch 5.2. So if you want to see the preliminary stuff, I'll create a Green Fire playlist. So I'm just going straight to the solo scenario. And don't panic! Because back in the Burning Crusade, when I first joined World of Warcraft, I think it was March 2007 when I joined. I started to do hardcore raiding when I denubified myself and got exalted with the Ash Tongue. I don't know, there's the Ash Tongue Verdict for the Horde, I think, and then there's the Ash Tongue, I want to say Reservoir for some reason, I don't know why. Oof, look at that, upskirt shot. Sorry about that, didn't mean to put porn in my vid. But if you're exalted with them, stage 1's a breeze because they already trust you straight from the get-go, which is cool. If you're not trusted by them, therefore, if you do go in their ring, and this will be quite cool here, I'm just going to pretend that I'm not trusted by them. Look at it, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? Oh my god, I just made it. Oh my god, that was so cool, I'm a hero. Then use a glyphed Eye of Kilrog, and then drop your demonic portal and your demonic gateway all over the place, and you can zap across and whatnot, and you'll be able to bypass them and get through to stage 2. Once you come in, just go straight up the stairway and grab the missive. If you don't, you can actually glitch the instance. True, I did it the very first time I came in here. I thought, screw stage 2 for the time being. I just want to explore around the Black Temple to see what I could find. And I went through to the Reliquary of Souls area, which is where we're off to now. Started the event. The event started just by my presence being there. Killed the Reliquary. And then I couldn't progress. Even when I went back and found the missive, it just wouldn't work. A Karma comes, like he is now, takes us through to the Reliquary area, but when I actually got through to the fight itself, nothing happened because I'd already killed it and got the item. So I had to restart the scenario all over again. I have decided to trust this Warlock, and the guy's just like, trusted him anyway, so I don't care. I don't care at all. And it's a bit awkward this time with the Karma, I must confess, because, you know, he's sort of like, where have you been? You've left me in the Black Temple for like over 4 years, you know? I haven't heard anything from you. And you're like, oh, sorry, Karma, you know, I'm meaning to call. I just got busy and with work and everything, lost your phone number. And hey, look, give me your number now. We'll catch up. I'll call you. We'll have drinks sometime. And he's okay. And then you sort of like slip the piece of paper with his number in the bin on the way out. But we're into stage 4 now. And first and foremost, do not have a pet out for this part here, okay? And then try and kill any ghosts which you've got in range. Very easy, not difficult, don't hit hard, and you can burn them through. The reason why you don't have a pet is because you need a glyphed Eye of Kilrog here, and this will display all the traps. Your pet will always run to you in a straight line, the quickest way that it can get to you. So it will run through the traps and trigger them. Simple as that. So what I'm doing is I'm using a glyphed Eye of Kilrog, and then I'm placing a demonic circle that when I zap to it won't make me hit any of the traps, and then I'm going to negotiate my way from there without moving. So as soon as I use the demonic circle, I am then using the Eye of Kilrog once more to find a nice little pathway to next area. Now, it'll sort of stay, the traps will stay here in view for a few seconds. So there you go, I like that, there you go. I can actually run up through this one without triggering off any traps. But if you want to err on the side of caution, then just always zap. Zap, 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 zap. Nothing wrong with being cautious. Now, these Greenfire videos are going to be separated into 3 parts. Part 1 is the one you're watching obviously now. Part 2 is going to continue our journey through the Black Temple. And fingers crossed, if there is a part 3, it means it's the Kanrethad fight. And I've hopefully killed Kanrethad to get the green flame. So there's something that you can take, I hope, at least anyway, when you're doing it. And if you're having trouble killing Kanrethad, do not lose hope. This one thing I must stress so much in this video is the final fight is ridiculously hard. It really is. And even the best Warlocks on whichever servers, trust me, I mean absolutely 100% trust me on this, have wiped multiple times before they did it. Absolutely wiped multiple times. And I've got to confess, it's one of those confession times again. I bit on the forums yesterday because I went into the Warlock section. I wanted to see people's thoughts on feelings on the Kanrethad fight. I had done it on the PTR and it was ridiculously tough. So I just wanted to see if that was the general consensus or whether people were thinking it was easier or whatnot. Hopefully listening to other people's tactics, kind of getting an idea for what I wanted to do on the fight. Bearing in mind I did have sort of my own setup anyway. It was just such a hard fight. And somebody had got the green fire. And well done to them. I can never ever get, begrudge somebody that gets it. And they came up with the most pompous statement. And they said, oh, if you can't beat Kanrethad as it is now, you don't deserve to get the green fire. And I couldn't bite my tongue anymore. I absolutely bit. It was the most ridiculous thing I had heard on the forum. So pompous and so arrogant. Now, great, you got the green fire, well done, get some humility, because the vast majority of people haven't got it because of the difficulty level of the fight. Just because you've got it doesn't give you the right to look down your nose at other people. And I'm hoping that these videos that I'm going to do to, fingers crossed, like I said, get the green fire, is going to give you all hope. It's going to give you all that sense of, I can do this. Because, like I say, I class myself as a regular WoW player. I'm not a complete and utter noob, but I'm not an elite player any stretch of the imagination whatsoever. I think I nestle quite well in the middle somewhere, as a typical WoW player. So if I can do it, then I believe there's a lot of other people that can do it because of that. It just really probably is a matter of getting your tactics down a little bit more. I know that I've already adapted my tactics a couple of ways to hopefully aid my battle. And yesterday was the first time that I had a concentrated period of time to tackle Kanrethad, and I've probably wiped on it now. I haven't got the green fire on the live servers. I've probably wiped about, let's say, 10 to 15 times so far. Okay? Approximately. And the last time that I wiped, which was slightly earlier today, I've had to leave it for a bit. I need to do this video. And I had to leave it for a bit. But on the very last attempt that I did, I actually got through to the second wave of Fell Hunters. Now, to people who are watching this video who don't have Warlocks and are just, supporting my channel, and thank you so much for doing so. I love you. And I do mean that in a sexual way. Then what that means is if I had actually got through that phase, I was probably, not absolutely definitely, but probably over the worst. It's the Fell Hunter stage that does seem to be causing the most problems. And to get to the second Fell Hunter stage, it meant that I had to get through the first Fell Hunter stage. I had to get through 2 imp stages where he summons 60 imps over the course of 10 seconds. And also I had to get through one of the Doomguard stages where he summons Doomguards or Doomlords or something like that into the fight as well. So I had got myself to a pretty good position. And I think the biggest thing when you're in the fight is maintaining your composure, because so much is going on. Therefore, if you can tweak your tactics, it might just calm you down a bit. I know that I've got myself into a certain position now where I relaxed through certain phases that I was getting really kind of panicky beforehand. It's just like, right, just make sure you're doing this, and if you make sure you're doing this, then that will happen and you can get through. And you can literally talk yourself through those difficult times. So if I do get a third video out, part 3, then hopefully, as I said, hopefully, not guaranteed, but hopefully it will give a lot of people that lift to think, yeah, I can actually do this now. So we've gone through all the talky bit. Kanrethad and its undead friend have had a bit of a tete-a-tete, and this is the first boss fight which we come up against in the scenario itself. Now, I've got my tank pet out. If you get your tank pet out, I think that already gives you a vast advantage in this fight. Just keep all the threat off yourself and keep yourself at a decent distance. The mechanics of this fight aren't going to be too tough to negate. You'll get this Hellfire cast every so often. I use Sacrificial Pact here. I think it's a great way to absorb damage. It allows you just to get through. And also, which I don't have at the moment, which I probably should have done, is Soul Leech, because that will build up an absorb shield on both yourself and your pet. I decided to take Dark Regeneration for some reason. I think I had it on because of PvP, maybe. I do tend to have more of a PvP-ish setup. But there are a couple of other things to look out for in a fight. There is an AoE phase where you get multiple ads, those little red sprites that were popping in. What I try and do is just group them up on the Reliloquy. I know it's not called the Reliloquy in this fight, but it is the Reliloquy souls. You just group them up on the Reliloquy and then do some AoE. You can either drop some Rain of Fire or do Fire and Brimstone Incinerates, which I tended to do. Also, you see that purple line of fire that it will start to fire out in different directions. Just be cautious. It hit me earlier, if you saw, and it dealt about 150 or so K damage. If you stand in it, then it'll tick for heavy amounts of damage as well. So just make sure when you see it coming, move out of the way. It's not that difficult to see. It was a bit daft of me to get hit by it in the first place. What I've done here is my pet was running a bit low on health, and because of the AoE phase and because of the Hellfire, I didn't want to use Health Funnel to top it up in case it put me in an awkward situation. So instead I just summoned a fresh tank into the fight. Yes, I picked up the aggro, but I only picked it up for a short amount of time, and now suddenly I've got a full health tank back on the boss, and it's down to around 20-odd%. So you got the Hellfire, you got the Purple Flame, and you've got the multiple ads. Those are the only 3 things that you need to concern yourself with in this fight, and you should breeze through it. I can't see many Warlocks having too much difficulty, and if you are, just try and identify where, right, which phase that you're dying on. Are you getting killed by the ads because you're not grouping them up on the Reliloquy? That way the tank can obviously help out as well. Or are you not AoEing them? Are you just doing direct? Yeah, just little things which I'm sure you can work out of your system. But the boss is going to drop. We're going to grab the quest item. This is where the video will end for part 1. I will get on with part 2 and get that out ASAP. Of course, it's already been filmed. But for the rest of the week, we are going to have some 5.3 videos. I'm just waiting for Blizzard to leak out a little bit more content. We've had a nice little teaser. Now let's see if we can get to the meat and potatoes. So I hope you enjoyed this vid. Please do like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Please also follow me on Twitter and like my Facebook. It's not an ending to a video, it's genuine. Your support on those two aspects would be greatly appreciated. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon indeed. You take care, everybody. Bye bye.